Good evening and welcome to the Community Radio Awards 2025, sponsored by AIR. Please welcome your hosts, last year's Male Presenter of the Year from Switch Radio, it's Stephen Higgs, and presenter of the award-winning Celtic and Folk Fusion show, it's Fiona McNeil.
Bradford vibes in the area!
Good evening, everyone! How are we?
Noswaith da, bod y dig yn y bore ag esau croesio to Bradford! Welsh.
That's it. Nosta.
Very good. Welcome, everybody, to the 2025 UK Community Radio Awards.
We are here at the Bradford Life Centre in the UK's City of Culture.
Bradford.
I know, you can do better than that. Come on.
They're amazed as I am that the City of Culture for 2025 is Bradford.
But I was doing some research on the train today, actually. I was delayed by about 5 hours. And there's so many amazing things to see. So I'm going to do some sightseeing tomorrow, Stephen. I'm going to try and see the Cathedral, the National Science and Media Museum, the Salt Mills, Little Germany, Cathcart Hall, all before I have to head back up to Glasgow. So what are you doing tomorrow?
I can tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be nursing the hangover that I get when I and everybody in this room following this event go to the Corn Dolly pub, which is about 250 yards down the road. That is what I am doing tomorrow.
I mean, that sounds good too, actually. Sounds good too. Lots of paracetamol tomorrow. So if you want to join us at home, if you want to get involved and you're watching from home, you can check out all the socials, and also hashtag CRA's 2025. And yeah, I should have pointed at that camera right there. This one right there.
That's right at home. I'm looking at you. You at home. Get involved on social media. I know you can see me talking to you at home. Social media, we're on @Com Radio Awards on X and Instagram, and Community Radio Awards on Facebook. And you already know this because you're watching this at home on YouTube. We are live streaming this on YouTube, and that is why you all look beautiful. Yes. Now, 10 years of Community Radio Awards. I think we need to address the elephant in the room this evening.
Which one?
I mean, it's the one that everybody in, and you can feel the atmosphere in this room turn already, I can tell you. It's the one I think we need to talk about. This year, you will all know, there's been a massive change. We all know about it. We've all been talking about it. Everybody is aware about it. And I am a traditional man. I feel we need to talk about this.
Okay.
I'm not very happy about it, personally. There's a few people here I know as well aren't particularly happy about the change that's been made. But we need to address it. And I'm going to do that right now. Could you hold that for me, please?
I can indeed, Stephen.
1 second.
There you are. Okay. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
For 8 years, this jacket has been worn on this stage by the chair of the CRA. But not this year, because I phoned Catherine and I said, I need the jacket. I gave it a little bit of my own sparkle, but I'm sure you'll agree, we can't have a Community Radio Awards without the PT Barnum blazer.
Exactly, it suits you.
Thank you very much. It's a little big. Timu. Right, shall we get on with this? There's 20 of these awards. 20.
So we're in for a right good night this evening, that's for sure, with these 20.
Let's get our first guest up. This could be awkward. It is the chair of the awards committee. Massive round of applause, please, for Rebecca Steers.
Woo! Yep.
I was going to say, Stephen, you can keep the jacket. At last year's awards, this isn't in the notes, but I was going to do this. At last year's awards, Stephen wasn't here. So I did a video call with him, and he was like, oh, you're wearing that effing jacket again. Next year, we'll have to do something about it. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, next year I'll be wearing something very different. Welcome to the 10th Community Radio Awards here in the 2025 City of Culture. I can't believe it's our 10th and nearly 10 years of the awards. And for this year, cued in by Stephen, I thought we might need a little change and a bit of a transition. So here I am, Rebecca, the proud founder and chair of the awards. And I'm so excited to be here this evening, not only for our 10th awards, but this year we celebrate 20 years of community radio existing across the UK. And for those that were here at the conference today, I think there's a few people in the room that might have been there from the beginning as well. Over 350 stations serving diverse, unique and local audiences across the UK. And you all do a fantastic job. And this evening is about celebrating you and the work that you do. I want to thank the UK Community Radio Network and my fellow directors there for continuing to work with the awards to bring the joint event of the National Community Radio Conference in the daytime and the awards together. And Alex, wherever he is, who joined our team this year for working on sponsorship and partnerships with more sponsors for the awards than ever before. We're doing this nearly 10 years now, and every year we try and do what we can to make it easy behind the scenes, but we're always very busy with other projects. We really, really do try to pump up the awards and make it bigger and better every year. We're already starting to look ahead for 2026 and getting ready to celebrate 10 years of the awards. Still can't believe it's been nearly 10 years. We're keen to hear your feedback on the conference and the awards, and also work with stations to host the conference and the awards across the country. So if this is of interest to you, do get in touch with us. I want to say a massive thank you as well to our sponsors who support the awards and allow us to not only put on a great event, but an awards process, but also help keep the ticket prices accessible to enable stations and their volunteers to come. This year's awards have seen us launch new categories to recognise the diversity of the sector, celebrate local political and elections coverage, and champion what community radio does across the UK. And what a year for entries. 25% increase on last year's entries, the numbers. And I must thank you to our near 70 judges who have helped judge the awards this year from across the BBC, commercial, community radio and academia, who have spent hours and hours listening to your entries. Without them, the awards would not be possible, and we always need more judges. So if you know anyone that might be interested in judging, please do get in touch. With our judging, if you ask how it works, how can we be independent and free from any form of favour, especially as chair, not only involved with my own stations, but also so connected and linked to the sector. And I can promise you our judging process is fair and robust. All of our judging is done via the online platform, and judges' scores are based on the published criteria. And who is shortlisted and who is lucky to win is based on the maths of those scores. There are no judging panels of round tables of people coming together and adding influence or advocating for certain awards. Judges never judge entries that they've had any connection or involvement with, and we always have multiple judges for each entry. And for the more competitive or sensitive awards, multiple rounds and even more judges involved. And also, I was going out of order here. Bear with me 2 seconds. And as part of the process as well, the directors of the awards come together to audit and review the process, making sure that there is no attempt or no ability for any kind of that sort of influence, particularly because stations I'm involved with enter the awards and they make sure it's all, third parties come and validate that, and we're looking at developing that validation process even further. And if you're lucky enough to win gold, you won't be able to enter the same award next year, but we will invite you to join the judging panel as well. So if you win gold for a particular category, not necessarily your station, unless it's one of the station, like the big station awards, you'll be asked to sit the year out and join the judging panel for that year. This year, we're not awarding any honours, as we're going to relaunch them for 2026, and we'll have a rolling nomination process and encourage stations to consider not only nominating for our awards, but also encourage stations to use that as a springboard to nominate people for local and national honours as well. We need to raise the profile of the community radio sector and all the work that you, your volunteers and the people involved do for the sector, not just within the sector, not just via the Community Radio Awards, but via any awards that you can find, particularly local, civic and the national honours as well. Right, on with this year's awards. You've had enough of me. I'd like to hand you back to our fantastic hosts, Stephen and Fiona, and I hope you have a fantastic Community Radio Awards 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you. Okay, so before we start off with our first category, we've got just some logistics. Please, if you are presenting the awards, please use this handheld mic that's on here and not this one here, not the little fuzzy one. So yes, it's here with the orange one there.
If you are a presenter, we're going to ask you to come to this side table to my left, to your right, when the category before yours is being handed out, and the running order for all of those categories is in our programme.
And the gold winners, when you're announced, come to the stage to receive your reward. Steps are in front, so please don't fall up them.
Oh, that would be funny though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd go viral.
Just don't break a leg, please. Don't break a leg. Or break a leg. That's weird. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Break a leg. Now, stand here for photos with the lovely Vinny. Smile. Look like you're having a great time. And then you can come over here to say a few words at the podium. And then head right of the stage. There's a couple of little arrows here. And you can head over to this area here to get some lovely photographs over there too with the backdrop. And please do make a lot of noise for all the nominees and all the winners. Just make lots of noise for all those folks that are watching at home.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody here is probably here because they or someone they know is nominated for an award. But every name that you see that comes up on that screen today deserves your applause and your respect. So make as much noise as you can all the way through this, please. Now, we have 20 categories, okay?
Woo-hoo.
I'm going to be honest with you. I could just read all of the names of the winners out right now and we could go to the pub. Okay, we'll just go through with the process then. Let's begin. This is our first category of the evening.
Yeah.
It is elections and political coverage of the year.
And this is presented by Grace McIntosh and Lucy Gormanley from Radio News Hub. Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me? Woo! Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure for us all to be here this evening. We're really, really thrilled and excited to be not only at the 10th Community Radio Awards, that's a real special honour, but to be here for on mine and Lucy's home turf of Yorkshire, which is really exciting.
Well, we want a bigger cheer if you're from Yorkshire. Come on. Represent.
Yes!
And if you're not from Yorkshire like me, can we get a cheer?
Oh, dear. Well, we are very proud to work in Yorkshire and be from there as well, me and Grace. And we provide news for lots of your lovely stations. And we think it's so important that it's, reliable and it's a good source of information for community radio.
Right, and we think news coverage, in our view, is an essential part of community radio, keeping listeners informed with the issues that directly affect their daily lives. It strengthens trust and connection and turns the medium into a powerful platform for positive change.
Absolutely, and it's quite fitting that we are here to present the award for the best elections and political coverage. During my time at Radio News Hub, I've been there 18 months, and I've been really fortunate to be involved in not just one, not two, but three elections. One of which took me on my first international assignment to Washington, D.C. to cover the presidential election, which was really exciting and an incredible experience as a new journalist. And probably the only time where I've ever packed 3 microphones, 2 laptops, an audio interface, and a fold-up camping table in my luggage. But it was a really amazing experience. So from reporting at the White House to Halton Price Leisure Centre for the Hull and East Riding mayoral elections this year. We cover it all, and it's a really, really important part of news coverage to inform and empower communities when it comes to politics. So, without further ado, the nominees are...
Elections and political coverage of the year. Your Voice Matters. St Austell Speaks. Chaos Radio. Gateway 97.8 Election Hustings. Gateway 97.8. Charles Fletcher, 60 Seconds Scotland. K107 FM. Vote WNC. N Live Radio. Election 2024. Oldham Community Radio.
And the Bronze Award goes to Charles Fletcher, 60 Seconds Scotland, K107 FM.
The Silver Award goes to Your Voice Matters, St Austell Speaks, Chaos Radio.
And for the Gold Award, the judges said this is a great submission, a bright presentation from these young journalists with real passion and elements of excitement in the broadcast. The Gold Award goes to Vote WNC N Live Radio.
Working? Oh, it is. Thank you, everyone, first of all, and thank you back home to Kate, Hilary, and Adrian, who are our lecturers. We're all student journalists in our final year, so it's very exciting to be here. I was here last year and we came second, which is a shame, but we've done it this year, so that's always nice. And thank you very much to, where's Rebecca Steers? Rebecca Steers from NLive Radio for always helping us with our coverage, just generally at Radio University. So yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done, well done, well done. Now we've got some shout outs from our YouTube live stream. We've got Johnny G. He's watching online. It's his birthday. So after 3, you're going to shout happy birthday, Johnny G. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Johnny G. Have a great birthday. Also, hello to Bill Morton. He thinks the venue looks like a spaceship. Well, it's very bright. I love the colours. They're really cool. Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Yes? Good. Okay, great. Wonderful. 3 people like it. Fantastic. So, the next category, we have celebrating and championing Community Radio of the Year. This is sponsored by PPL and it's presented by Dom Chambers, the CEO of Sound Vision. Thank you very much.
Get up the steps. That's good news. What a privilege it is to be here today. I was your compere 10 years ago. And how far has this come since then? That was a good night, by the way. I'm kind of personally hoping that the evening is not flooded with red wine like the way that the University of Birmingham did for that night. But it's so fantastic to see everyone here today. So good evening to Riverside Radio and indeed to the rest of the community radio sector. It's about a 50-50 split as far as I can see, looking out on the audience today. So I want to make a serious point that there has never been the need for these awards more than where we are now. I'm not going to make a particularly pointed remark at the National Radio Awards, because actually they don't really exist as National Radio Awards. Says he, not making a pointed point. I've made a pointed point. A lot of us who were involved in those awards spent a lot of time making sure that community radio had its own category. It doesn't anymore. That is why we need these awards, because the community, the non-profit, the volunteer-driven sector of radio is an increasing and burgeoning part of the audio and radio landscape here in the UK. So I want to personally thank Rebecca and Maxine and Nathan and everybody else who's putting so much effort into promoting this important area of local radio in the UK. And I think that deserves a round of applause. I'm particularly pleased to have been asked to present this Celebrating and Championing Community Radio of the Year, because celebration and championing of community radio is something that I've enjoyed so much doing. I think I counted for this morning's panel, I think I've counted 131 community radio stations visited, over 140 if I include fine ones in places like Lesotho as well. So, shall we get to the all-important award? The nominees are, I'm just looking for the...
Celebrating and championing Community Radio of the Year, sponsored by PPL. K107 FM Community Space, K107 FM. Championing the 4Ps Radio Training School, Vectors Radio.
Well, just checking up on the situation. So the Silver Award goes to K107 FM for the community space. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, the host handles the conversations warmly and skillfully, balancing listener engagement with sensitivity, and the result is enjoyable to hear. It is lively and engaging outside broadcast that reflects the station's commitment to inclusion and community involvement. The Gold Award goes to championing the 4Ps Radio Training School at Vectors Radio.
Shirt, AliExpress, £5, not bad, eh? Now look, we're going to make this short and sweet because there's a very small bar and we want to get in the queue before you lot. Okay, look, first of all, I've been prodded. Thanks to Red Funnel for getting us across the Solent. We've come quite a long way. We had to catch a bus and then a boat, and then we hitchhiked all the way up to Bradford. We left last Tuesday. Thank you to the Isle of Wight Council for supporting us, along with the Isle of Wight Foundation and SNG, otherwise known as the Sovereign Network, for supporting and funding the 4Ps Training School. We went to St George's School. It's a special needs educational school, and we did an outside broadcast, and it was so much fun, we're going to go back again. But over the last 12 years, we've helped around 100 kids from this particular school. But our 4P's radio training school has helped over 400 kids in 12 years, building confidence and communication. It's a real privilege to be able to work with them. We've got a wonderful team. This fella's one of them. There's a few others as well. We should mention Louise Gambling. And who else? There's Ronaldo Lalou. And there's a few others as well. Big thanks to them. Thanks to everybody that supports it as well. And we're off to the bar. Thank you.
Congratulations to Vectus Radio. I've had to bring the readers with me for this one. I don't think I actually need them for this because I am young. But what I thought was there may be some sort of talent agency or scouts looking for new sort of presenters or whatever. And I thought that the readers actually bring out both sides of my presentation style. Humour. Trauma. So if anybody's interested. The third award of the evening is Digital Content of the Year. It is sponsored by Viamux and Optimux, and our next presenter needs absolutely no introduction at all.
Someone's getting sacked tomorrow. So it's a real pleasure to be here, actually. It would have been David, my business partner, but unfortunately he can't be here today, so I'm his less glamorous assistant. So I think sometimes we forget quite how much innovation happens in community radio. So actually Optimux began its life as a tool to help a community radio station manage the administration of a multiplex. And fast forward 7, 8 years later, 40% of all of the small-scale digital multiplexes in the UK run on Optimux, right? That started here in community radio, okay? So never overlook the innovation that happens. Community radio really is a place where you can try things out. You can have a go at things, right, that you can't do elsewhere, okay? So it is an absolute pleasure to be here to give this award out. And the nominees for Digital Content of the Year are...
Digital Content of the Year, sponsored by Viamux and Optimux. At K107 FM, Facebook K107 FM. Radiolab's new digital content strategy, Radiolab 97.1 FM. Radio Tamworth on TikTok, Radio Tamworth. Riverside Broadcasting Digital Team, Riverside Radio. Accessibility and community are at the heart of what we do. RNIB Connect Radio.
And the Bronze Award goes to Radiolab's new digital content strategy, Radiolab 97.1. And the Silver Award goes to Riverside Broadcasting Digital Team, Riverside Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, the entry provided really engaging content for all with a gentle sense of humour. Keep up the good work. The Gold Award goes to Accessibility and Community are at the heart of what we do, RNIB Connect Radio.
Hello, oh, we're so delighted about this. It's Paulina from my team, Kookaroo. who does all of our social media, RNIB Connect Radio, with a bit of help from colleagues from time to time. But she's so creative, and she thinks up some brilliant ideas. And our audience is from very, very young to very, very old, so she's coming up with stuff all the time to try and get all of these different people. And she is absolutely amazing. She's so hardworking. And she's Polish, so she's doing it in a second language as well, which we find a bit mind-blowing. Thank you so much. This means so much to us. Thank you.
Make sure you get your photograph. Thank you so much. Congratulations to RNIB Connect Radio. Now, just a little note. If you are presenting the awards and you have the little card, please give that to the winners because there's got some great info on it for the winner. So yes, this is the fourth one, the fourth category. We're getting well. We're getting on well. This is great. Only another 15 to go. So, or 16. It's fourth. Anyway, fourth newcomer of the year. That's sponsored by B Broadcast, and this is presented by Josh Wheeler, who is the director at B Broadcast. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. It's our first time being here, so in a sense we're basically the newcomer of the year. Trying something out for the first time can be really scary. So to all of the nominees here tonight, it's something incredible. And doing that first show, it's a moment. It's a scary moment. The first one that I did on Gadio, we went into lockdown a week later, and it took I think about 2 years to do my second. So I'm going to move on pretty quickly from that. The nominees for Newcomer of the Year are...
Newcomer of the Year, sponsored by B Broadcast. Amy Boyd, Chelmsford Community Radio. Kirsty Corbett, Airwash Sound. Ollie Mack, Maritime Radio. Rob Singleton, Riverside Radio. Seb Grant, Spark.
Now the Bronze Award goes to Seb Grant from Spark. The Silver Award goes to Kirsty Corbett from Earwash Sound. And for the big one, the Gold Award, the judges said this was a fantastic entry, which really impressed the judges. It's warm and engaging presenter is a credit to the station. Well done. Amy Boyd from Chelmsford Community Radio.
Crazy. Thank you so much to Chelmsford Community Radio, and thank you to the Community Radio Awards. Michelle gave me such an amazing opportunity getting to present on CCR, and I'm so grateful to them for nurturing me as a presenter. And yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations to Amy from Chelmsford Community Radio. Aaron, are you ready on the Zoom button for the people at home? Because I'm talking to you, people at home. Got a shout out from YouTube. Celia from Bro Radio is unfortunately watching from her, I say unfortunately watching, the unfortunately watching bit is fine. I mean, she's watching, unfortunately, from her sick bed. Grammar, not my best word. So we wish you all the very best, Celia. Hope you're enjoying the show. We move to our next award. It's the 5th Sage Person of the Year Award. This is for people over the age of 60, and it's presented by Maxine Jones, a director of the Community Radio Awards.
everybody. I'm so proud to be standing here as the director of the awards, and it is an organisation that celebrates the heart and soul of broadcasting. I'm sure you'll all agree with me that community radio is more than just what goes out on the airways. It is truly the connections, the representation and the empowerment, and it gives people a voice, a platform, and it's that sense of belonging that truly matters. So without further ado, let's go and find out who's nominated for this award.
Sage Person of the Year. Paul James, Academy FM Thanet. Terry Snowden, All FM. Pat Redding, Marlow FM. Steve Whitley, Radio Tyneside. Ian Barclay, Riverside Radio.
And the Bronze Award goes to Paul James of Academy FM Thanet. The Silver Award goes to Terry Snowden of All FM. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this was a strong entry. They loved the enthusiasm on air, and this person clearly connects with listeners and has a great style. So, for this year, the Gold Award goes to Pat Redding of Marlow FM.
I should very quickly point out that I am not Pat Redding. Clearly, I'm not in the category of being a sage person. But thank you so much for this. Pat couldn't be here tonight, but can I just say that every radio station needs a Pat Redding. She is a fantastic presenter. She's a fellow director on Marlow FM. She runs all our outside broadcasts. She does our fundraising, and she's an inspiration to everybody that comes through the door at our radio station. And I'm very much looking forward to celebrating this in the pub with her back in Marlow. So thank you very much indeed.
If you come this way to get a little photograph on the right with Vinny. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations to Marlow FM. Now, I love that Stephen was given the Sage Person of the Year. I had to present it last year, so now we're on to the 6th category. This is Young Person of the Year, or People of the Year under 25. It's sponsored by AIR, and it's our last one before we had to take a short break. And it's presented by one of our conference speakers from today, Stephanie Hurst, from Greatest Hits and Hits Radio.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Yeah, oh, that's good. You always want a good cheer when you walk on stage. Young Person or People of the Year. When you're young, and if you came to the conference earlier, and I was talking about getting into the industry when you first started, it's so exciting. It's like every show is like a field of unpicked flowers. Everything is achievable. You want to cram so much into your shows. And it should be like that for the rest of your career. It's such an exciting thing being on the radio. It's a privilege to be behind a live microphone. And those early days, I'd give anything. Well, I'm technically 24, to be honest, just in this category. But I'd give anything to be that young person right at the start of their career and do it all over again, because it's such a joy. So let's find out the nominees for Young Person or People of the Year.
Young Person or People of the Year, sponsored by AIR. Honamand, BFBS Salisbury Plain. Daisy Barker, Chelmsford Community Radio. Amy Boyd, Chelmsford Community Radio. Harrison RB, Express FM. Radio Lab Student Managers, Radio Lab 97.1 FM.
And more than ever, we need more young people in this industry. You know, don't be a TikTok star, be a radio star, hey? Exactly. Right, okay, young person or people of the year under 25. Let's find out when I open up the envelope. Okay, the Bronze Award goes to Amy Boyd, Chelmsford Community Radio. The Silver Award, as I croak my way through this, goes to Daisy Barker, Chelmsford Community Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, I don't think there is a single person more worthy of the title of Young Person of the Year for all of their efforts in championing community radio beyond their station. A very bright future in the industry has already started. The Gold Award goes to Harrison RB, Express FM. Congratulations, Harrison. And I've seen your work on socials as well. You are a phenomenal future talent. Congratulations. Got to do a photo first. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, what an incredible honour. Thank you so much to the Community Radio Awards, to everyone who's been part of my journey so far. It's amazing to be in a room full of people who care so deeply about their communities, their audiences, and the power of local radio. I want to start with the early days of my community radio journey and say a huge thank you to my former colleagues and friends at Petersfield Shine Radio. I was fortunate enough to help launch the station back in 2020, right in the middle of some very uncertain times we all remember. Those 3 years at Shine taught me so much about creativity, teamwork, and how much can be achieved when passionate volunteers come together to serve their community, and with a genuine, proud community behind you, it can be very successful indeed. For the past 2 years, I've had the privilege of being content manager at Portsmouth's Express FM, and I couldn't be prouder of our team back home in Pompey. This year, we had the amazing opportunity to represent community radio at the Arias, standing shoulder to shoulder with some of the biggest BBC and commercial radio names. It proved that even without huge budgets, hyperlocal radio can produce content that truly stands out because of the passion and dedication behind it, and because of our unique ability to share the same shops, the same parks, the same culture as our listeners, who make what we do possible and worthwhile. When I first became interested in radio, people always used to say, start by making the tea at your local radio station, and one day you'll make it on air. Now, that route might not really exist in the same way anymore, but the exciting thing is that radio now offers more opportunities than ever before. With more national brands, DAB, and online stations, there are so many ways to build a career doing what you love. And my advice to anyone starting out is simple. Use community radio to both find yourself and serve your audience. Try everything: social media, imaging production, writing, web design, presenting. The more you learn, the more valuable and creative you become to a future employer. And if presenting is your passion, focus on the listener in everything you do. Understand your audience and build a demo that really shows both who you are and that you understand the nuts and bolts of making strong and successful radio. And community radio is, as I say, the perfect place to do that. Opportunities are still out there. It's easy to sometimes think they're not, but they are. They just look a little bit different now, and it's about being bold enough to grab them. Life hasn't always been easy for me, being autistic, but I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who's supported me through the good times and the bad. From Shine Radio to my brilliant colleagues at Express FM, to my mentors, friends and family, this award isn't just for me, it's for every young person chasing their dream in radio and beyond. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Harrison. If you go around there to get a little photograph, thank you so much. Well, congratulations to all the other winners so far in the 6 categories we've had. You enjoying yourself, Stephen?
No.
Why not?
Why did I do the over 60s and you did the under 25s? What are they trying to say?
I mean...
I know what they're trying to say.
I know. I don't want to point out the obvious, but...
We've got a break, everybody. You'll be delighted to know. Now, I'm Welsh.
And I'm Scottish.
So, you know what we're going to do during the break? Because normally we would just go to the bar.
Yeah, I like a wee whiskey.
What we'd like you to do while you're in the queue for the bar, in the queue for the toilet, is go and make a new friend. See a face that you haven't seen before. Go speak to somebody that you haven't spoken to before. It doesn't have to be about radio. It could be about what football team you support. So we want you to go make a new friend.
Yes, I think that's a great idea, actually. And if you don't do it, I'll make you do a Kaylee.
A what?
A little Kaylee.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Oh.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
My back.
You'll love it. Unless you've got a gammy knee or something like that. Anyway, yes, have a great break.
Welcome back to the Community Radio Awards 2025, sponsored by AIR. Please welcome your hosts, Stephen Higgs and Fiona McNeil.
Thank you very, very much.
Hello, Bradford. Ah, I fixed it.
Did you? Again, welcome back to the 2025 UK Community Radio Awards here in Bradford, which is... the City of Culture. Yes, well done. You were listening. Fantastic. I need to say a massive thank you to everyone who has been sharing their posts with us on social media, Instagram, X, Facebook, YouTube, and remember to use the hashtags as well, CRAS 2025. And please keep continuing to share the love for community radio, both in the room and online. And I also have a little message from Linda, Dylan, and Lennon, who are watching from the hot tub. Apologies that they're not here. Oh, hang on. Apologies that we don't have any in the room, but it's probably for the best. And then hello to the Scowners. Hi to Scowners, who's happy that Isle of Wight now has internet. Good, Isle of Wight, fantastic. I've heard it's lovely down there. I think I went when I was 12. I can't remember, but I think it was lovely. So they've been able to watch Victus win. Fantastic. And also, I think Stephen just checked there that we've got the technical issue fixed. But what are you doing, Stephen? Why are you sitting down?
You know, I hosted this 2 years ago in Newcastle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I used all my jokes there.
Oh, okay.
And all the ones that were rejected for Newcastle, despite what people were saying in the interval, that there were no jokes in the first bit, the ones that were rejected for Newcastle I used in the first bit. So now I got nothing. So it's all on you
nothing.
now. Yeah. It's all on you.
Oh, okay. That's a shame. Well, you're just left with me then, I guess, which hopefully isn't too bad. Oh, thanks. I got one cheer. Thanks. Yes. Thanks. You're nearly the same height as me now as well, Stephen, sitting down. I actually would need your help, though, so you're going to have to stand up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Great. Didn't even have to snap the fingers or anything like that. Now, just when the winners come up, please look down. We have it written down here. Stand here for photos. The lighting is fantastic here. So just to let you know, Vinny's going to come up. We're just going to do a quick little test.
Have I won?
Yes, well done, Stephen Higgs. You've won.
Stand
Red Sox
here
of the
for
year.
photos.
Right here. Yes. Smile.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, all right?
Thanks, Vinny.
They weren't doing that before they had a pint at the bar. So we've got no chance of them doing it now. Stand here for photos if you win. Your presenter, same for you. You will stand here for a photo as well. you will give the winner the card, and then you will go over there and have your photographs taken and go viral on TikTok. So if you win, what have you got to do when you get here? Beautiful.
Excellent. Well done. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, so that brings us on to our next award. Thank you, Stephen. You can take a little seat if you want.
I was going to go, but I'll sit down.
I'll have a wee seat. That's great. It's brilliant. I love being taller than someone. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the next category is Volunteer of the Year. This is sponsored by UKCRN, and it is presented by Nathan Spackman, the co-founder of UKCRN. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, everyone. For anyone who doesn't know about the UKCRN, we are a representative body for UK community radio, first created back in the pandemic, essentially to bring managers together when we were all stuck at home, we didn't know what to do, we were facing the same challenges, and to essentially work together and create a better sector. And now, 5 or so years later, we're working throughout the year to represent the sector, to champion voices, to respond to consultations, and make sure that everyone in this room is heard by Ofcom and DCMS. And we work alongside the awards to bring conferences to towns and cities like this one across the country, like we did earlier today. So thank you to everyone who came to the conference. And if you came as well, you will have heard that we're also working with a team at Cornwall Community Radio Network, or Community Radio Network, and Chaos Radio to bring a week of celebration in February next year, culminating in an expanded Community Radio Day on the 7th of February. You can find out more about that on the UKCRN website as well. But for now, the nominees in Volunteer of the Year are...
Volunteer of the Year, sponsored by the UK Community Radio Network. Richard Bell, Andover Radio. Steve Greenall, Black Cat Radio. Mike Butterworth, K107 FM. David Neal, Mix 92.6. Nick Mundy, Radio Winchcombe.
And the Bronze Award goes to Richard Bell, Andover Radio. The Silver Award goes to Steve Greenall, Black Cat Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this person is obviously the mainstay of the station. Their passion and dedication are second to none, understanding everything, intensely practical and always willing. The Gold Award, a Volunteer of the Year, goes to Nick Mundy, Radio Winchcombe. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. The reason I got nominated for this award is that I live just over the road from the studio, so I get called out more frequently than anybody else. It's absolutely true. But as we know, community radio is based on volunteers, and so my role is no different from anybody else's, and I'm delighted to accept this award on behalf of everybody at Radio Winchcombe, who works so hard, puts in so many hours to keep the station on the air. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Nick there from Radio Winchcombe, and a big hello to my friend Kevin O'Flaherty who's at the back there. Good evening, Kevin. The next award is for Sports Show of the Year, and this award is presented by Terry Lee, who is a senior lecturer at the University of Bedfordshire.
Hello all, thanks for putting on this event today, Community Radio Awards team. I think it's incredibly important to celebrate community radio in this way, and we can all have a good night at the same time. I love sport, and so do millions of other people. Before I knew I was presenting this award, I'd already put on my lucky Crystal Palace socks. And, yeah, it's not, don't boo Crystal Palace, unless you're Brighton fans in the house, I don't know. But I was lucky enough to be at the FA Cup final as well. It's been quite the year for sport, for me. However, that's not what we're talking about. I'm really very aware of the important role that sport plays in community and community radio. You're giving platforms to sport and sporting events that otherwise wouldn't get seen, heard, or represented. And I'm looking forward to finding out who wins. The nominees are...
Sports Show of the Year. Women's Sports Mix Show, Cambridge Radio. Having the Night of Lives, Cambridge Radio. Drive 105 Match Night Live, Drive 105. Rafa Report, Radio Sky. Switch Radio Sport, Switch Radio.
So, the Bronze Award goes to Switch Radio Sport, Switch Radio. The Silver Award goes to Having the Night of Our Lives, Cambridge Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said they liked the inspirational feel to this show. This is more than a generic sports show, but one with wider health and well-being reach. The variety of coverage and the way that presenters get involved shows real dedication. The Gold Award goes to Women's Sports Mix Show, Cambridge Radio.
Thank you so much for this award. It means the world to both of us, doesn't it? We had the idea to start this show a couple of years ago, as we saw there were very few podcasts or radio shows that reflected what was happening in grassroots and local women's sports, health and fitness. And we wanted to highlight some of the barriers and issues that women have and girls face in sport.
Thank you so much, Community Radio Awards. We're so thrilled. We didn't expect to win. And women's sport has really had such a big moment. We've had Lionesses, Red Roses, but you don't get those unless you have grassroots sports. And all of these things help break down barriers. And we're so grateful for all of the women in Cambridgeshire that have been on our show. And something that comes up a lot is that the women get involved, they volunteer, because they want to have better opportunities for the girls, because they never had them when they were growing up.
Thank you to Cambridge Radio for getting behind the programme and for all our contributors, which are many across all the women's sports in the area, and our listeners. And we dedicate this award to everyone involved in grassroots and community women's sport.
Congratulations. That's Cambridge Radio there. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We have a little comment from the YouTube. It's Terry Lee's fan club. They say hello. This is the 9th category. It's the Arts and Creative Radio of the Year. This is sponsored by Radio Player, and it is presented by Rupert Brun from Thumb and Mar. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm a consultant engineer, not a content creator, and it's my first time at the Community Radio Awards. So quite how I ended up being asked to present this award, I don't know, but I'm absolutely delighted to do so. In my career, I've worked everywhere from the BBC Radiophonic Workshop to community radio stations in war zones in South Sudan. And everywhere I've worked, I have found that the people in radio are the most amazingly creative bunch of people. And that creativity is what makes the moments that people talk about, that people remember, that people will be discussing 20 years after they happened at events like this and saying, do you remember when? So that creativity really is the lifeblood, is the thing that gets the attention, it's the thing that makes the wow moments. So I'm very delighted and honoured to have been asked to present this award. The nominees for this award are...
Arts and Creative Radio of the Year, sponsored by Radio Player. Treasure Island, Chelmsford Community Radio. Radio Lab's Halloween Murder Mystery, Radio Lab 97.1 FM. Choices Deluxe Edition, Radio Lab 97.1 FM. Arty Party, Spark. Murder on the Mersey, Ghost in the Post, with Ensure Radio.
There's a lot of creativity there. So, the Bronze Award goes to Treasure Island, Chelmsford Community Radio. The Silver Award goes to Choices, Deluxe Edition, Radio Lab 97.1 FM. And for the Gold Award, in the Arts and Creative Radio of the Year category, the judges said, this entry is a really fun and exciting listen, with good production, sound effects, and use of music. An amusing sense of liveness can be heard, and in this age of podcast saturation, it's refreshing to hear how immersive live radio can be. The Gold Award goes to Radio Lab's Halloween Murder Mystery, Radio Lab 97.1 FM.
Thank you so much. Genuinely, I wasn't expecting to win anything tonight, so I haven't prepped a speech or anything, but genuinely, this project was genuinely my baby, and I'm so proud of everyone who was involved in Murder Mystery and made it what it was. And Halloween is genuinely my favourite time of year. It always has been, and to put it together for my other passion, radio, is genuinely incredible. So thank you so much to the CRA. Thank you.
Congratulations to Radio Lab on the Arts and Creative Radio of the Year, and I think we can all agree, absolutely fantastic waistcoat on Rupert. Don't mind that. Might have to find out where he's getting that from. That's not Timu. Our next award is the 10th category. So in the words of Bon Jovi, we're nearly there. News, Journalism and Factual Storytelling of the Year is our next category. It's sponsored by Radio Today and is presented by Stuart Clarkson of Radio Today.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm here representing Radio Today tonight. I did
kind of worked for them a little bit a while ago. You might have heard our podcast we used to do. Roy, unfortunately, says sorry he couldn't make it for tonight. He's on his holidays down in Cornwall. If he's watching on the live stream, I certainly hope he isn't. Then get yourself in that hot tub quickly. Right, we're going to talk about news journalism and factual storytelling, something that's really important to all local radio, whether that's commercial, BBC, or community radio. I've been lucky enough in my 25 years in radio to work across commercial and BBC radio, as well as a little bit of community radio. And I'm sure out there across the community radio landscape, you're doing so many great things around journalism, storytelling, and bringing those stories to your communities and holding people to account and all those important things that go on in journalism. Just before we announced the nominees, there was one thing I was going to mention I almost forgot, and that's balls. Sorry, Roy. We've got a box of squishy Radio Today balls, and there's still some left from earlier today out in the lobby area. So when you go, if you want to grab a stress ball to de-stress you when you get back to your stations, thanks to Radio Today, then do pick one up on the way out. Otherwise, Rebecca's going to have to take them back and put them in her garage again until next year. Right, on to news, journalism and factual storytelling. Here are the nominees.
News, journalism and factual storytelling of the year. Sponsored by Radio Today. Natasha Renault, BFBS Aldershot. Jason Herbert, BFBS Blandford. The Saxon Vale Saga, Frome FM. Adam Gordon, Radio Sky. Riverside Reports Team, Riverside Radio.
And the Bronze Award for this category goes to Natasha Renault, BFBS Aldershot. The silver goes to Riverside Reports Team, Riverside Radio. And the Gold Award, the judges said this entry demonstrates excellent audio quality with production values reminiscent of a high caliber journalism, such as BBC documentaries or true crime podcasts. It's an ambitious documentary concept for a community station with strong pacing and a wide range of voices. The Gold Award goes to the Saxon Vale Saga, Frome FM. Okay, doesn't look like we got them, which means I get an award. This lovely wooden award. We'll make sure it gets to Frome. Well done to them.
Very much. Thank you very much, Stuart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the next category, we're flying through these. This is great. Yes. This is the Specialist Content Show of the Year. And this is sponsored by Fix Radio, and it is presented by Kerry Cobb of Events Manager at Fix Radio. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I feel a bit of a fraud being here because we're not a community radio station, but I was kindly asked to come and speak at the conference earlier because what Fix Radio do and do very well is we have a community of tradespeople and we focus solely on them. And if you weren't at the conference earlier, I highly recommend it for next year. It was a fantastic afternoon and morning as well. We listened to loads of great speakers and I learned a lot, and it was lovely to see you all sharing ideas, being collaborative and networking, which has been brilliant. So thank you. The reason that we have sponsored Specialist Content Show of the Year is because that is what Fix Radio does, and I'm sure these people do it very, very well indeed. So I might need more
Specialist Content Show of the Year, sponsored by Fix Radio. Historic Bedford, VE Day 80, Bedford Radio. Month of the Military Child, BFBS Aldershot. Pro Radio Juniors, Pro Radio. The Voice of Business with Nell Obdebeek, Radio Woking. The Mid-Morning Show. Vectis Radio.
Lots and lots of nominees. Well done to all of you that were nominated. The Bronze Award goes to The Voice of Business with Neil Opterbeek, Radio Woking. The Silver Award goes to The Mid-Morning Show, Vectis Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this entry is everything a special content radio show should be. Educational, informative, with a clear understanding of the subject, a specialist programme of the highest calibre. The Gold Award goes to Month of the Military Child, BFBS Aldershot.
Now, I am not Natasha Renault, you may have realised. Natasha's on our team, which is part of our UK basis stations, which are our community stations at BFBS. Natasha did give me something to read, should this actually happen, which is fabulous. She said, it's such an honour to receive this award. This show was to give Forces children a voice. They are often overlooked and struggle to connect because of their constant moving around. It gave them a chance to talk about their struggles, heartaches and triumphs, and to know that they are not alone. Military children are so resilient and a real inspiration. This award is for them. Thank you so much.
And congratulations there to BFBS Aldershot. Our 12th category this evening is Specialist Music Show of the Year. And this is sponsored by Promo Only. Bradford, would you please welcome to the stage the Customer Care Manager at Promo Only. Please welcome Catherine Merrington.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So this award is designed to celebrate those shows and stations, presenters who really know their stuff in music and totally passionate about it. We're at Promo Only, totally relate to that. We share that same passion. We supply radio stations with all their commercial music needs, including everything they need in terms of clean edits and ready-to-air formats. So please roll up if you haven't yet. I mean clean edits, proper clean edits. So, the nominees tonight are...
Specialist Music Show of the Year, sponsored by Promo Only. Dance Anthems with Matt Price, Radio Woking. The Jazz Club, Jake Hart, RNIB Connect Radio. The Indie Club, Spark. The Midweek Mosh, Switch Radio. Priya Matharu's Desi Beats, Switch Radio.
Some brilliant shows there, and there's nothing like music to connect communities together. So, the Bronze Award goes to Priya Matharu's Desi Beats, Switch Radio. The Silver Award goes to the Jazz Club, Jake Hart's RNIB Connect Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this is a hugely impressive entry and they loved the concept. The presenter's knowledge on the subject, enthusiasm and genuine natural flow stands out from the rest. The Gold Award goes to the Midweek Mosh, Switch Radio.
almost fell over then. I just want to say apologies if I cry. I'm autistic and I get overwhelmed quite easily, so I'll try and get through this without crying. Like Harrison, this is another long one. I've been in radio for a while, so I've got a lot to say. So I just want to say congratulations to my fellow nominees. That's Matt, Jake, Daryl, and especially my good friend Priya. Priya, you are such a talented presenter, and you've got a great career ahead of you. This award to me is a culmination of 10 years at Switch Radio, where I've done a whole host of things, from presenting daytime shows, reading news bulletins, managing social media, running projects with young people, and attending events. The only thing I haven't done is sell adverts. So Dean, don't get any ideas, please. So even with all this experience, taking on a specialist music show is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's a lot of work, and even for an hour show, it's days of prep and interviews and planning, and radio editing metal tracks is not easy, let me tell you. My heart goes out to everyone who has a specialist music show. You work so hard, so hard. I have loads of people to thank. I'm sorry, this is going to go on for a bit. My partner, Kieran, who's affectionately called Producer Kieran. Without your push and motivation, I never would have started the show. Your help and giving me lifts to and from the studio, going to gigs with me, and just generally being a champion of me does not go unnoticed. I love you so much. To Switch Radio, Stephen Higgs, who's over there, who, when he's not telling absolutely terrible jokes on stage, constantly pushes our presenters, including me, to be the best that we can be. To my best friend Curtis, who has contributed to the show every single week without fail. He's put me on to some incredible bands. To the Birmingham alternative music scene, this is for you. Thank you for welcoming me and the show with open arms. I've only been doing this show since January. This is insane for me. Without this scene and the bands that are in it, the events that run, the venues that operate in it, and the music that is created, this show would be nothing. I love and appreciate all of you. In the conference earlier, someone mentioned that their city had the best local music scene in the world, and I can quite frankly say, you are wrong. Birmingham has the best music scene in the world, and I prove it every single week on the Midweek Mosh. Last but not least, a thank you to my radio ride or die, Dr. Dean Kavanagh. If you had ignored my passive-aggressive email 10 years ago, like you do with my emails now, I would not be up here. You keep Switch Radio afloat. It's a labour of love that nobody sees. You provide all of us with a hobby, an outlet, and skills for life. You deserve all of the awards, Dean. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for being a great friend. I'm so grateful to the Community Radio Awards for championing this sector. I've been coming since the first awards in 2016, and long may it continue. Thank you.
Congratulations! Congratulations. This is the 13th category and the last before we take another break, which you're probably thankful of. And this is the Entertainment Show of the Year. This one is sponsored by COP Media, and it is presented by Steve Tandy, who is the founder of COP Media. Thank you.
Good evening. That was a good intro. Good evening. It's nice to be back. I was here last year. I've been coming to the conference since it started. I've been playing radio for 36 years. Regional radio has changed a lot in that time, and from where I'm standing, not always for the better. You are the future. Artists that I represent, whether it's the big ones, the ones that have been going for decades, the ones that are being returning, or the new ones that are just starting, some of them in your community need radio. It's harder and harder and harder to get on traditional radio. So from myself as a plugger for music, I started looking where real local radio would be in the future. And in 2019, I was so pleased to discover UK Community Radio. It brought back the memories that I had when I started playing in 1989. Yes, Technotronic, Pump Up the Jam. Sorry about that. How excited I got talking to radio people in the regions, how passionate those regional radio people were, presenters, producers, heads of music, station managers, everybody on making local radio. In this room tonight, I feel that love. Thank you, and congratulations for 20 years of community radio. We need you. The music industry needs you. I'm here to present the Entertainment Show of the Year award, and music is very much, I hope, part of that. You also deliver companionship, education, and meet the needs of the people in your area that, from where I'm standing, traditional regional radio, commercial radio, is not delivering anymore. So, that's the speech out the way. And I didn't look at my notes at all. Hurrah! So, the nominations for the Entertainment Show of the Year are...
Entertainment Show of the Year, sponsored by COP Media. Wednesday Drive Time, Academy FM Thanet. The Full English Breakfast, Black Cat Radio. Bro Radio Juniors, Bro Radio. House of Fun, PCR FM. Riverside Breakfast with Jason Rosam, Riverside Radio.
Before I do the big news, if many of you know us and get music from us, if any of you don't know us and want free music from us, get my email on the brochure and drop me a line. We want all of you. So, the Bronze Award goes to the Full English Breakfast Show, Black Cat Radio. The Silver Award goes to Wednesday Drive Time, Academy FM Thanet. And for the Gold Award, the judges said they really enjoyed listening to this show. It was hilarious and very engaging and had them laughing all the way through. The Gold Award goes to House of Fun, PCR FM.
Thank you, everyone. It's fantastic to be here tonight. We've been to the Community Radio Awards before, and just say it's an absolute privilege to be here. And yeah, wow, we've got it.
I can't believe this. This is amazing. 12 years ago, two complete untrained bozos were given access to a radio studio and were told 2 rules. Number 1, don't swear. Yeah. Number 2, don't play 3 Deep Purple songs in a row. Apart from that, do what you want. And we were given the free rein to make up the kind of show that we would love to listen to. And that complete freedom, don't copy anyone else, do your thing. And if there's anybody here tonight, anybody listening at home who wants to get into radio, the most important part of radio is not that hour, 2 or 3 that you're in the studio. It's those hours the listeners don't see. It's the hours planning, preparing, writing, editing at home. That's the most important thing. You do that show before you walk in the studio and it just flows.
Yeah, we just want to say a huge thank you to PCRFM for supporting us, giving us the opportunity of getting on the radio in the first place. 12 years we've been doing this, and to get some recognition is fantastic. Huge thank you to all our friends, all our family as well. Thank you so much.
And a final thank you just for two very special people who are watching at home. My lovely wife, Steph, of 32 years. Thank you, darling.
And my lovely wife, Claire, of 1 week.
Yes. Matt did get married last week. We did the show in the morning. And just to finish up, Matt, half of that is your wedding present from me.
Oh, cheers.
Sorry I couldn't wrap it.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you very much.
Thank you.
I can imagine the conversation as a man who is divorced. We've had a very lovely time getting married, and I've got a lovely place for us to go in 6 days' time for our honeymoon. Do you fancy going to the City of Culture, Bradford? No, I'll just watch it at home on YouTube, my love. You have a nice time. I was very excited then. I mean, as lovely as that Steve Tandy is, I genuinely thought it was the new Wales rugby coach, and I had a few things to say to him about the state of it.
Well, sorry it wasn't him. But better. Now, we have another break. It's another 15 minutes. But please keep up the good work with the social media posting. You're doing so well. And the folks at home as well. Thank you so much for getting in touch. Again, we're here in Bradford, and also you're at home, if you're at home. And I must say it's actually really amazing to have so many amazing radio stations here in one room, all supporting each other. It's just really beautiful to see. So please, during this break, go and make some more friends, go and network, just go and have fun.
Do you know the last time I said that me and you were probably going to go to the bar? That has backfired on me massively at my age now, because all I need now is a wee. So if you could let me go first, that would be lovely. All right, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes, Bradford.
See you soon, thank you.
Welcome back to the Community Radio Awards 2025, sponsored by AIR. Please welcome your hosts, Stephen Higgs and Fiona McNeil.
You can clap louder than that, come on.
That's rubbish. That's better.
Much better, thank you.
I don't mind that. We've all got a few beers in us now, I'm enjoying it. We're all having a nice time.
Yes.
I've changed again.
You have changed. I haven't even changed, but how much time do you have? Do you have more than 15 minutes?
I can give it a good go. I can take my clothes off very quickly.
Okay.
Now, firstly, can I get a massive round of applause from everybody in here for our sponsors of this event this evening, please? Right now. It's a massive thank you to all of them. It's also a thank you to all of the staff who are here at the Life Centre in Bradford for all of the work that they've been doing. Now, what our sponsors don't know is that they have all clubbed together this evening for a cash prize of £500 that is going to be won by one of you, the people. Earlier on today, we sellotaped a star underneath one of your chairs. And if you're sat on that chair with the star underneath it, you, the people, will be going home with £500 in English pounds, not Scottish pounds, but proper money.
Excuse me.
English pounds. So we need you all to stand up now and have a look under your chairs, because there's a star that is sellotaped
this is so exciting.
on one of these chairs in this building tonight.
It's so exciting, Stephen.
It's £500 English cash money.
I know, look at them all on the floor. Oh
no. What? Who's got? Put your hand up if you've got. But I mean, it's going to be very embarrassing if it's one of the empty chairs. Has anybody got?
Front row, he's really going for it. The front row there, really going for it.
You're just coming back. It might be you. I mean, the chances of it being you now are pretty high because no one else has got it. Has no one got it?
I'll hold that for you.
Listen, earlier on today, we sellotaped a star on a chair, and I am prepared to sit here until we find that star and somebody wins £500.
Still no luck in there?
All you've got to do is stand up and look underneath the chair.
Stephen! Well done.
£500!
Well, I was sitting on that one too. So
Yes!
that's it.
Every time I come to the Community Radio Awards, I win.
Well done, Stephen. Checks in the post.
Thank you very much. Big fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry to all the other folks out there that didn't win a star.
£500?
Well done, we'll split it tonight.
I don't mind it.
Yes.
I'll go halves with you. The next award, Birmingham, is it's the 14th award of the evening. It's the live event or outside broadcast of the year, and it's sponsored by HippieNet Broadcast Technologies.
And this one is presented by Javid Sattar, and they are the Vice Chair of the Community Media Association. Thank you.
Good evening. Firstly, well done to everybody who's been nominated and who entered. That happened last time. Who am I? Javid Sattar, Vice Chair of CMA. We're a membership organisation that has elections. We've been going for over 40 years. And we've been there at the start of community radio. Celebrates 20 years, so a big round of applause for 20 years of community radio. A big round of applause because community radio does not exist if it wasn't for volunteers. Volunteers are the lifeblood of community radio. Without volunteers, we do not have community radio, so a big, big thank you to them. Okay. My station was one of the pilot stations for way back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when the Radio Authority decided to invite 300 people to apply. They chose 15. We were one of the 15 access pilot stations, and well, 20 years later, community radio is strong and going stronger and stronger. And we've got challenges, but hopefully we'll overcome them. But anyway, it's not about me, it's not about... the nominations are...
Live event or outside broadcast of the year, sponsored by HippieNet Broadcast Technologies. Cambridge Folk Festival 2024, Cambridge Radio. Eadstedford in Romford, Kye and Taff, GTFM. Live from Gwael Kefni 2025, Mon FM. The Northern Pride Festival, Pride Radio. RNIB Connect Radio at the Paralympics 2024. RNIB Connect Radio.
So, firstly, thank you, Nathan, for giving me a category that's got really difficult names. I'm from the most beautiful country in the world, Scotland. Fiona? Scotland? Thank you. So, if it was Scottish, we'd be fine. So I'm not, if a Welsh name comes up, apologies, I'm not going to embarrass my Welsh Celtic cousins, okay? Anyway, the nomination, well, the bronze. The bronze award goes to GTFM. I could say it's Esterford, I don't know, whoever's, thank you. The silver award goes to Cambridge Folk Festival 2024, Cambridge Radio. And I know what it's like presenting a live broadcast and things go wrong at the last minute because somebody's forgot to put a cable into a socket, and that does happen, unless the internet goes down. And the Gold Award, the judges said, this entry was professionally presented with flair and humour, really demonstrating the station's involvement in the community and fully captured the atmosphere of the event. They particularly liked how the station learnt from previous years' coverage, well, it wasn't my station, live from Gil Sinfi 2025, Mon FM.
First of all, diolch. I should say it's live from Gwyl Cefni. Close enough. I'm normally not this side of the microphone, so I'll keep it quick. Thank you to everyone at Mon FM. We're a small team, but thanks to Thomas here, Gareth as well. But most of all, thanks to the tech team and the production team who make these live events possible. It's lovely to be out in the community, and I can't believe we've won this. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
No stop.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Now, this is the 15th category. We're doing so well. Are you having a good time? Okay, this side, are you having a good time? What about this one? They're having a better time than you. Anyway, no, it's really lovely that you're having a good time with us, and we're nearly there. This next category is the Male Presenter of the Year. And it's sponsored by All In Media. But first, I would love to introduce you to last year's winner. And that is my amazing co-host, Stephen Higgs.
Hello, Bradford. The Jedi, Batman, Jesus Christ, Stephen Higgs. What do these people all have in common? That's right, they returned. Batman returned to save the people of Gotham. Jesus Christ returned to save people from eternal damnation. And the Jedi returned, well, I'll be honest, I don't know why the Jedi returned, because I'm a middle-aged man with hobbies and interests. But why have I returned? Stephen Higgs. Well, the reason is history-making. As the only man to have won this award twice, as the only man to have made an impassioned speech when I gave this award away the last time, and as the only man to get the hashtag jacket trending from a rundown nightclub at a Newcastle student union, then it is incumbent on me once again to give away this award in 2025 for Best Presenter Man. I wasn't available to collect this award in my hometown of Cardiff last year, and that's because I watched the live stream in the back of an Uber driven by a man called Carlos after leaving a beach that had been destroyed by Hurricane Milton in Tampa, Florida. I was on my way to a bar called Dolly's. But had I been there, this is the sort of winner's speech I would have given, and not the one that my colleague Dean gave, where he looked absolutely disgusted.
The gold award goes again to Stephen Higgs.
He called me on stage, quote, a diva, and then walked off that stage like he was Liam Gallagher at the Brits.
For anyone that's ever met Stephen before, and if you were at the last awards, you would have done, you'd have known he's a bit of a diva.
You boy! Go get me an iced white chocolate matcha. Me? A diva? Being a community radio presenter is much more than just back announcing songs by Ed Sheeran or Adele. It's about voices, the ones with local accents, the local weird stories, and a genuine love for the place from which they come. And it's about giving those voices a platform. It's about connection. It's someone in their kitchen making their tea. It's someone in their car stuck in traffic, hearing your voice and feeling just a little bit less alone. It's about shout-outs and promoting local events in the big venues and the more intimate ones, playing songs that won't chart but mean something in your area. It's a community in every sense of the word. Community radio presenters are curators, caretakers, entertainers, and sometimes we're accidental therapists. We're the ones who say, here's what's happening where you are, when no one else is paying attention. We broadcast the stories that told well don't need to be viral to be valuable. That it's okay for something to exist just for the people that live nearby. It's about belonging. A community radio presenter doesn't just broadcast to their community, they broadcast with their community. Every word, every song, every conversation builds a bridge between people who may never meet, but they all have a sense of belonging. They share the same sky, the same streets, and the same pride in their community. And that is the power of community radio. Not just sound waves, but real human connection. Thank you. And so now, once again, I have to hand over this award. Oh, sorry. That's my 2021 Gold Award for Best Entertainment Show. It's this one. It's this award for... Sorry, everyone. That's my 2022 Gold Award for Best Male Presenter. It's this award for the... Sorry, everyone. That's Switch Radio's King's Award for Voluntary Service. It's this award to one of these 5 nominees, one of which will be 2025 Best Presenter Man. This award is sponsored by All In Media, and it is going to be presented by William Harris from Xperi.
Hello everyone, I'm really pleased to join you tonight presenting All In Media, which is a member of the Xperi family. Community radio has always shown what makes this medium so special. It's personal, it's local, and it's full of heart. This award honours presenters who deliver great quality shows renowned for their creativity and their strong connection with their communities. It's that ability to connect deeply with listeners that keeps community radio thriving and meaningful. The passion and dedication of presenters across the UK keeps those connections alive, and it's a privilege to recognise those here tonight with the Presenter of the Year Man Award. And here are the nominees.
Presenter of the Year Man, sponsored by All In Media. Neil Kefford, Academy FM Thanet. Patrick Foster, Academy FM Thanet. Chris Kay, BFBS Catterick. Gavin Richards, Cambridge Radio. Dan Draper, Riverside Radio.
The Bronze Award goes to Dan Draper from Riverside Radio. The Silver Award goes to Gavin Richards from Cambridge Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this is a quality entry and they really like this person's voice and personality. So the Gold Award goes to Chris Kay from BFBS Catterick.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Frank and the team at BFBS. It means a lot to get this tonight. I'll keep this brief, considering the video that we've had before this. It's a privilege to broadcast the armed forces, so really this is dedicated to them. Thank you very much.
It's getting serious. We've got the bins on the peepers. The 16th category is Presenter of the Year Woman, and before we give that award out, let me tell you a little bit more about my co-host. This evening, Fiona McNeill is an award-winning Scottish voiceover artist, sound designer, radio presenter, and musician. She's won an American BAFTA for her voiceover work on a Scottish VR cinematic project, and also made history as the first female voice to TV intro to BBC Scotland's sports scene. Her distinctive voice and sound design can be heard across audiobooks, a children's series called Snozzlewoosh, TV adverts, and creative sound design project for many major clients, including Sky Arts, Wild Child, Netflix, and Clubhouse Animations. Beyond the studio, Fiona fronts the internationally acclaimed Celtic folk rock band Really Jiggered, performing as a guitarist, singer, and frontwoman at festivals and events worldwide, from New York Tartan Week to stages in Italy, Germany, Japan, Pakistan, Mexico, and has an upcoming performance in Nairobi in Kenya. And as a dynamic radio presenter, she was named Gold Female Presenter of the Year at the UK Community Radio Awards back in 2020. later co-hosting the Coventry ceremony in 2021, and continues to host her long-running and much-loved radio show, Fiona McNeill's Celtic and Folk Fusions, which is broadcast on Dunoon Community Radio, on Celtic Music Radio, and this is the one I'm going to get wrong, Ballinan Kiloo. Thank you. Local radio every Tuesday evening between 6 and 8, a programme that has been a finalist multiple times at the MG Alba Scots Traditional Awards. Bradford, would you please welcome your host this evening, Fiona McNeill.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If you guys need me for anything, you know where to find me now. Thanks very much. I feel like that's my CV out there. But yes, thank you for that marvellous introduction there, Stephen. And I must say, Stephen's video was spectacular as well. It's a privilege and an honour to co-host with you this year, Stephen. But yes, thank you. So I am super excited for the Female Presenter of the Year award this year. How exciting. This one is sponsored by DTS Auto Stage, which is presented once again by William Harris of Xperi. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, couldn't get enough of me once, so here I am again. So what inspires us most is how community radio continues to represent local voices, creativity and connection. This award celebrates women on air who create programming that's both high quality and impactful. It engages listeners across all topics and styles, connects the audiences no matter what you're talking about, and it's that kind of dedication that keeps radio alive. Tonight, we celebrate these broadcasters who excel at that, who tell stories, share their experiences, and bring communities together. So here are the nominees for Presenter of the Year Woman.
Presenter of the Year, Woman, sponsored by DTS Auto Stage. Deshali Azrani, Awaz FM. Amy Gray, Cambridge Radio. Lizzie Sentence, Marlow FM. Daryl Jenkins, Spark. Priya Matharu, Switch Radio.
So the Bronze Award, goes to Lizzie Sentence at Marlow FM. The Silver Award goes to Amy Gray from Cambridge Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this presenter is an absolute joy to listen to. Her presentation skills are sublime. The Gold Award goes to Priya Matharu from Switch Radio.
Firstly, to the Community Radio Awards for bringing us all together. Big up to Switch Radio as well for being an amazing station to be part of. Championing South Asian music on my show is something I've always been passionate about. It's something I always will be. Seeing the radio industry over the last few years with cuts to local radio, it's great to see that community radio is still here, and it makes the work that all of us do so much more important now more than ever. So thank you so much and have a great night.
Well done, Priya. Fantastic. Yes. We've got a few more categories left to go, and then Stephen will be happy that we'll go to the pub. Maybe you guys too. And now this is the Voices of the Community Award. This one is sponsored by Radio Player, Mia Howlett from Chaos Radio and the Cornwall Community Media Network. They're co-partners of Community Radio Week in February 2026. So come on up to the stage, thank you.
Hello, good evening to you all. It is such a joy to be here. I owe a lot to community radio. 10 years ago, I sent an email on a whim to a station manager at my local community radio station. I was living with agoraphobia and was needing a way to improve my mental health and to get out of the house, and he gave me a chance. 10 years on, and community radio has given me so much. A love for radio, audio and local communities, and a career that I'm really proud of. And that for me is what community radio is all about. It opens doors, it offers opportunities, it gives people confidence and a voice. And that's why I'm so happy to be here celebrating with you all tonight, especially with this category, Voices of the Community Award. And the nominees are...
Voices of the Community Award, sponsored by Radio Player. Mark Mackenzie and Major Karen Tate, BFBS Scotland. The Celiac Shack, Radio Lab 97.1 FM. Older Voices, Radio Tyneside. The Ukraine Hour, Summer Valley FM. In Her Element, supporting women and girls in the Northeast, Spark.
And the Bronze Award goes to Mark Mackenzie and Major Karen Tate at BFBS Scotland. The Silver Award goes to In Her Element, supporting women and girls in the Northeast, Spark. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this entry is an inspiring demonstration of community radio at its best, delivering shows that are engaging, relevant, and full of heart. So the Gold Award goes to Older Voices, Radio Tyneside.
Unfortunately, Dave Nicholson from Radio Tyneside can't be here, so I'm picking this on his behalf. I'm going to make sure it gets back to Newcastle nice and safely, with a bit of luck. But congratulations to everybody from Radio Tyneside. Thank you.
Our next award this evening is a new one for 2025. It is the Voices for All Award, and it's sponsored by DivaWeb. And to present the award, here's Rebecca Steers, the co-founder of UKCRN and the chair of the Community Radio Awards.
Hello again, it's been a while, hasn't it? Are you having fun? Good, good. So this category is new, as Stephen said, and designed to showcase individuals, teams, shows or station initiatives that are working to remove barriers to understand or barriers to understanding or involvement within the station or its wider community, and help create a sense of belonging for all. And judges were looking for entries that demonstrate what's been done to empower and support individuals to be their authentic selves within the station on air or engage with the wider community. This category, the category before it, and the next category, community impact. For me, it's one of the key principles of what community radio is all about. It's about diversity, it's about providing a voice, providing a platform for people that don't often get a chance to talk about their stories, their lived experiences, and more importantly, what they're doing and who they are as part of your community. And that, to me, that's really powerful about what community radio does that really no other radio is doing anymore, which is really getting down there, getting close, getting in the cracks, you know, finding stories that involve individual ones, twos, threes people. But more importantly, that is really, like I said, shining that diversity and showcasing what makes our communities fantastic. And it's almost a responsibility, but hopefully a great honour for you as community stations to play that such an important role, particularly in today's modern society where sometimes it feels like there is a war of division more than ever, and community radio is about bringing people together and championing our communities. But then, it wouldn't be the awards if I didn't get on my soapbox at least once. Voices for All Award, the nominees are...
Voices for All Award, sponsored by DivaWeb. Me Time podcast on the Joy Ethics Show, All FM. Alex Airns, K107 FM Community Space, K107 FM. Empower Ed, Success for All, Radio Lab, 97.1 FM. The Ukraine Hour, Summer Valley FM. Global, Ujima Radio.
And the Bronze Award goes to Me Time podcast on the Joy Ethics Show, All FM. And the Silver Award goes to Local Ujima Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this submission has real sparkle, personality, engagement, audience relevance, and an uplifting spirit. It is faultless. It is an outstanding piece of community radio. And the Gold Award goes to the Ukraine Hour, Summer Valley FM.
Well, really rather emotional. I think this is an extraordinary thing that started nearly 20 years ago in a classroom in Somervale School in Midsummer Norton. Then we could not have possibly imagined that we would host a Ukrainian hour. You know what? I would rather we didn't have to host a Ukrainian hour. The emotion here is empathy with people and a community that have come to this country and they had to be here because one of the great injustices has taken place for the people of Ukraine. As they came to the Bath and North East Somerset area, we were approached by the local authority to ask what we could do as a community broadcaster to empower this incoming population of people with a voice. And we were very keen to welcome our Ukrainian friends and communities and do it in such a way that we, who have been around in northeast Somerset and Somerset for a little bit longer, could really understand the richness and beauty of their culture and what they bring to us in that part of the world. So I want to thank Bath and North East Somerset Council for having the wisdom to invest in us, to invest in empowering the voices less heard. I want to thank those at Summer Valley FM who've really got behind this show. That includes Sound Vision, the charity. That includes Pete Helmore, who's my fellow executive director at the radio station. None of which it counts for naught in comparison to the value and the depth of the last person I wish to thank. She is an amazing person. She is Vera. I suspect at home she has a slightly more complicated name, but we'll go with Vera. That's our Vera. She has created a community through community radio. She talks to that community every week, and in so doing is talking to the wider communities in the southwest. We know we're getting listeners beyond the FM transmission area. It's phenomenal what she does. I've learned so much about Ukraine. Previously, I think my only knowledge was the history of tractor driving in the Ukraine, which is a rather splendid novel I read on a beach about 25 years ago. I say we would rather we didn't have these situations, but we do, and community radio has such an important part to play for anybody in welcoming them into this country when they're refugees, when they're coming from unpromising parts of the world. We have a very serious social responsibility, and I think this award recognizes that. But my final thought is, Vera, you're amazing. Well done.
Thank you, congratulations. It's come to the time where I get to say one of my favourite words. It's penultimate. So the penultimate award category is the Community Impact Project of the Year. This one is sponsored by B Broadcast, and it's hosted, it's presented by Luke Tracy of B Broadcast. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We're almost there. It's the penultimate award, as we said there. It's our first year, as my colleague Josh said, at the awards, and we've had a fantastic day at the conference as well. It's been lovely chatting to some of you, and hope to chat to more afterwards in the pub, if we make it there. So it's such a pleasure to be here celebrating incredible work community radio does across the UK. This next award recognises something truly special, projects that go beyond broadcasting, reaching into the heart of their communities and making a real and lasting difference. The nominees have shown the power of radio to connect people, spark change, give a voice, new skills and confidence to those who need it most. And the nominees are...
Community Impact Project of the Year, sponsored by B Broadcast. Finding Your Voice, Cone Radio. Work experience for all, Sheppey FM 92.2. Music in Mind, Sheppey FM 92.2. Hear Our Voices, Ujima Radio. The 4Ps Radio Training School, Vectis Radio.
And so the Bronze Award goes to Hear Our Voices, Ujima Radio. The Silver Award goes to Finding Your Voice, Colne Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, the positive impact this entry makes is clear, and it's obvious that they are all incredibly proud of what they've built. The audio is warm and genuine, and it's clear that they've created a true hub for the community. And the Gold Award goes to the 4Ps Radio Training School, Vectis Radio.
This is the third time we've actually won this award over the years, and it just means so much to us because we can hopefully draw down some funding from kind funders to keep us going with regards to looking after young people, putting them through the course. The course is about 10 weeks long, and they get a boost of confidence and communication. As I said earlier on, because we won a gold earlier on, I don't know whether you noticed that, shirt, £5, AliExpress. It's an incredible achievement. It's just so wonderful working with young people because you don't know what they're going to say. Many of them have learning difficulties, problems, and they come in, we peel off the labels, and we just treat them like the gang, and they never let you down. They're an amazing bunch of young people. We've helped over 400 young people, which deserves some applause. We would like to thank, I'm going to hand over to the boss in a minute, but we'd like to thank Red Funnel for getting us over, and they are one of those companies on the island that do so much work for people that they get overlooked and they don't get the praise that they deserve. They support us brilliantly well. They got us across on the ferry this morning, and we've got to say a big thank you to our team of sponsors, SNG, who have sponsored us for another year. They like what we do, and off the strength of tonight, they're probably going to fund us again next year and the year after as well, which can only mean young people on the Isle of Wight get the assistance, a boost of confidence and communication that is badly needed. We've been doing it for 12 years now, and we've won awards, which is a wonderful achievement for us. We're a very small team, but we've got a wonderful team. Big thanks to the Isle of Wight Council and also the Isle of Wight Foundation for supporting us as well. Thank you very much. Do you want to say a few words?
Yeah. I should add that the whole idea of the four-piece training scheme was this man's dream, and he brought it to life with a couple of young students from a local school. And now, not only have we put these young people through the training course, and they've come out with more positivity, more confidence, but some of them turned into presenters and are a lot better than I am at it. Even if they are, they have the autistic label or the learning difficulties label, they are damn good at presenting radio. So well done to them, and it's a pleasure to work with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Bradford, we've made it to the end. This is the final award of the evening. This is the final award of the evening.
Yeah, that's more like it.
First.
That's more like it. Actually, yeah. Have you had a really good evening? Okay, this side clearly is having the best evening. You're letting this side down. Have you had a good time? Yes. Okay, collectively, you've all had a great time. Fantastic. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah. You've been a lovely co-host, Stephen. Honestly, I really wanted to, we want to thank you here in Bradford, the city of culture, and at home, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you, whatever hot tub you're in. And you've just been an absolutely brilliant audience. Thank you very much. We have had a really brilliant time being your co-hosts this evening.
Yeah, we're going to see you in the pub later. We're all going to the corn dolly after this. There are about to be 5 different radio stations coming up on that screen. Not mine, that's fine. Didn't want to win it anyway.
Nor mine. 5
of them are coming up on that screen. So this is your last chance to celebrate what happens all around the country and the work that you do, even if your station's name doesn't come up on this screen. So it is your last chance to celebrate everybody who works with you, who volunteers with you, who does social media or presenting or production. So you are going to go wild as if your station's name is on that screen, even if it isn't. Because this is the final award of the evening. It is sponsored by AIR, and it is for Station of the Year.
This one is presented by the chair of the awards, Rebecca Steers, and also Phil Ray from AIR. Make some noise, everyone!
Right. Oh, let me just drop some stuff. Nice little sound effect. Sorry. I could see him like holding his head in his hands. I'm going to thank you in a minute, but I do want to say a big thank you to the venue right now for all that. Right. Before we move on to this award, however, and this will be brief, I do want to say a massive thank you to our headline sponsors for the awards, and they also sponsor this category, Air. So thank you very much. Air have been with us for years and years and years. I'm not going to say no because I think we're going to get it wrong, but about 4 years ago, for our 5th anniversary, we sent, I think it was our 5th anniversary, we sent mouse mats to nearly every community radio station we could find an address for. Word of note, by the way, make sure you let Ofcom update your address with Ofcom if you ever move, because the amount of returns we get, and they get, is not helpful. They then ring me or the CMA going, do you know so-and-so, because we can't get hold of them. So we sent a mouse mat out. Who here still has a mouse mat? Love that. We might do it again. But more importantly, you guys were on that mouse mat at the time, and whenever I see a mouse mat, whenever I'm visiting stations, it always makes me laugh and smile. So thank you ever so much for Air for sponsoring the awards and for sponsoring this category. I have a lovely trophy for you guys.
Oh, thank you
there
very
we go.
much. Thank you.
And hopefully you might want to continue sponsoring us as well.
I think so. As I look over there.
who makes the decision over there somewhere. And then, so over to you with the award.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much also for having us here. It's an honour to be presenting Station of the Year, which is just for us here at Air. We value and appreciate each and every one of you in the work that you do for your radio stations and your community. We try and make that as accessible as possible as well, because we have tools that allow people to do it even from home. And I think that's a wonderful thing where we've come to, in that you are able to connect with your communities in so many different ways. And, it's all about celebrating what you do, keeping on what you're doing, because you really do just make a difference. So thank you very much for that. Can we just get a cheer for everybody in the room, first of all? You're all great. Is this where we look at the nominees?
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at the nominees.
Station of the Year, sponsored by Air. Academy FM Thanet. Radio Sky. Riverside Radio. RNIB Connect Radio. Vectis Radio.
Goodness. Let's open this envelope. I am actually quite nervous in doing this as well. Here we go.
Other way around, there we go.
Other way around. See? So, the Bronze Award goes to Vectis Radio.
And the Silver Award goes to Academy FM Thanet.
Woo. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, it's lovely to hear an entry with authentic voices. This station demonstrates a deep understanding of its audience, delivers high-quality, relevant programming, and plays an active role both on and off air. This is a station firmly embedded in its community and valued by the people it serves.
And the Gold Award for Community Radio Station of the Year 2025 is Radio Sky.
Well, this makes the travel of 13 hours well worthwhile and buying a new dress. So just want to say a huge thank you to our community of Skye and Lochalsh. They provide so much brilliant content for everybody that comes up to us in the street and says, we love listening to Radio Skye, we love listening to this show and that show. You make such a difference when you come and speak to us and come up to the studio and be interviewed and just give us so much to talk about and discuss. We absolutely love everybody in our area. I want to dedicate this to our chair, who was with us for 18 years. He finally hung up his hat in January, but he got us through some very difficult times over the many years and kept us going and was just a massive support behind the scenes. To Hector Cormack, who I know is probably listening, hopefully he is anyway. But yeah, just dedicate to him, but also all our volunteers, everybody that comes up to the station does shows in every week, and it's just been absolutely incredible. We're so honoured to have this. I'm quite emotional right now. I can't quite believe it. So thank you, Community Radio Awards. Yeah, we're just thrilled. Morning Tang!
Right, we are there at the end of the awards. Have you all had a good time? Yeah! Have you had a great time? Yeah! Have you had an amazing time celebrating community radio? Yeah! Loving that, loving that. So I've got a lot of thank yous and a little bit of positive housekeeping, and then we can get on to the pub and more drinking. I think with that £500 Stephen found under his chair, the first round is on him. On that note, I want to say a massive thank you, and I want you to put your hands together for our hosts for this year, Fiona and Stephen. Come up here, guys. Oh, hang on. We need Vinny. We'll do this again in a second. Hang on. So as our hosts, what are you doing over my shoulder? I've got special trophies for you guys as well to celebrate the fact you were here and hosted.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you a hug. Thank you.
And where is Vinny? Vinny! Vinny! Oh, look. Oh, I thought he was going to snug me there. I thought.
Oh, we get to stand here.
Stand here for photos!
Yes.
Get in the middle. Go in the middle. This is very awkward without music.
It's because I'm still talking. Right. I want to say thank you all for coming here to Bradford and joining us tonight, and I have no idea which camera, watching at home as well. We've had hundreds of people watching live, and it is worth saying that the video will be clipped to take the breaks out, and then that will be going up in the next few days as well. So you can watch it back in all its glory. I know in the past people have clipped bits from it. People have clipped bits from winning awards and then reused those in other places. And you're welcome to do that. It's worth saying, please take those clips, share them on your socials, put them into video show reels. Absolutely. I mean, copyright on music and stuff is your responsibility, not us. We will not be held liable, blah, blah, blah. I want to say, again, a massive thank you to all of our judges this year. Honestly, hundreds of hours of judging. You think, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entries. The individual entries are 5 minutes. The Station of the Year is 20 minutes, plus the written work. Imagine how many hours and hours and hours. And if you know anyone that might be interested in judging, or somebody who's maybe left radio, or you are keen, and like I said, the golds, you will be invited to judge next year as well. We need more judges. So the awards grow, we need more judges, so I'm not asking some judges to judge multiple categories. And if you've judged multiple categories, thank you. My heart honestly goes out to you. I want to say a massive thank you to all of our presenters tonight who have come up on stage. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Air, All In Media, B Broadcast, Cop Media, Diva Web, DTS Audio Stage, Fix Radio, HippieNet Broadcasting Technologies, PPL, we can get a bit of money out of them, a bit more might be useful for PPL, and no PRS this year, just saying. Big thank you also to Promo Only. Do check them out. Radio Today, and a big thank you, I think, to Radio Today. They've really supported the awards and the UK Community Radio Network and our conference and stuff for years, helping to champion and celebrate community radio. They don't just like posting bad Ofcom broadcast bulletins, they will do your positive news too. They will genuinely send them your press releases of the fantastic work that you're doing in community radio. Radio Player. If you want discounted radio player, speak to the UK Community Radio Network, the UK Community Radio Network, and Viamux and Optimux for all your SSDAB broadcasting needs. I want to say thank you to our production team, Oliver, Aaron, Christopher, Vinny, Catherine, Nathan, and Maxine. A big thank you to the venue and their team. I think it's been a nice venue, it's nice. Watch this space for news about the awards, and next year's award ceremony next autumn. And as a pitch again, if you are interested in helping us to host the awards in your area, the awards and the conference, get in touch with us, because we want to do what we can to take the awards around into big accessible areas where we can try and encourage more and more people to come to the awards. In a minute, I'm going to want all golds together up here at the front so we can take a big group photo. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to run over there and take the station here photo with those guys, although I think they've already done it. At the end, we've got certificates at the table over there in the back in the foyer. You'll find 2 copies, one for you and one for your station. And the certificates are grouped per station. I think there may also be envelopes there as well, I don't know. We've continued also to provide finalist categories certificates as well, so don't forget to make sure you stop at the table. For golds, we'll be contacting you if you want to get copies of trophies and that kind of stuff. I always say the golds audio on the website soon. That doesn't really happen. If anyone wants to help with the website, please come and volunteer. There will be a feedback survey for tonight and the awards going out in general. And the feedback from the judges, which all of you asked for, will be coming out very, very soon. Unfortunately, the platform we use, it's not an automated, press a button. I have to download all the data and then run it through mail mergers and then email it all out to you. So that takes a little bit of time to do that. Apparently, the pub, we're going to the Corn Dolly Beer Garden on Bolton Road. That's the way you put the 500 quid behind the bar. Excellent. Although, of course, the bar is still here for now, so you don't need to run off straight away. You can stay here for a bit. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you in 2026 for the 10 years of the Community Radio Awards. Thank you.